What's up, guys? Felipe Pena here. Today I'm gonna film this video to talk a little bit about the EBI rules. It's a rule that is applying in many tournaments, for example, as UFC Fight Pass Invitational and EBI tournaments and many other tournaments, right? So I want to give you guys my opinion, and I really would like to know your opinion about these rules after you guys hear what I have to say about it. So I really would like to know your opinion, okay? So guys, first of all, the event of UFC Fight Pass Invitation was amazing. It's very huge for the sport, what UFC is doing, right? Investing, grappling, doing this amazing event with all the structure of the UFC, and all the staff were really professional. They treat us like a really top athlete, and everything was perfect. I think if they did another rule set, the event would be even more successful, because I personally don't like much this rule set. I think most of the fights, like Dan, the big Dan, were pretty much the only, I think he was the only guy able to submit in the regular time. All the other matches was pretty much going to the overtime. So why I don't like much the EBI rules? First of all, number one, I think I spoke with the staff before, and they really like the EBI rules because they think it's what brings more excitement for who is watching. And I agree in part. I think the overtime, when like someone is starting on the back or in the army lock, that actually brings excitement. You can hear the crowd like screaming and everything, because it's in a really good position to get submission, right? But most of the fight is the regular time. So I think all the athletes, and that's not fault of the athletes, it's fault of the rule. All the athletes, they pretty much fight to go to the overtime, you know what I mean? Because they don't want exposure, they don't want to get tired before, and it's very hard to submit someone. It's pretty much defending. You can see that in Nick Rod against Dan fight, right? Big Dan fight. Nick Rod passed Big Dan guard many times, and Big Dan was really calm. He didn't even open the mouth because he just was holding to go through the overtime. So I think make excitement the overtime. This rule on the regular time makes really boring most of the matches, okay? In my opinion, to solve that problem, I think the EBI rules, they only should go to the overtime, in the overtime, on the position they conquer on the regular time. For example, if someone is fighting and in the middle of the match was able to go to the back or to the mount or to the side control or to a honey hole position or to X-guard position, on the overtime he can choose to go to positions that he actually did conquer on the regular time. And I think that makes way more sense, but I think that the most important, that makes the regular time way more excited, because both athletes, you fight in the regular time to get in a good position, because they know they need to conquer a good position in the regular time, because when go to the overtime, he need get in a good position to start the overtime. Makes sense? So I think that little change can make really excitement on the regular time and on the overtime, and makes more fun for the athlete. Number two, one of the details of the EBI rule set applying on the UFC Fight Pass was you only can stand up, both athletes can only like stand up and exchange takedowns for 1 minute. If no one takes down, do a takedown in 1 minute, they flip the coins and choose, like whoever wins choose if go on bottom or on top. I think like exchange takedowns is very hard in 1 minute, you know. Like for example, you exchange takedowns and you see the clock is already 40 seconds and there's only 20 seconds missing. The athletes stay like, why should I shoot takedown if you're gonna scramble, you're gonna get tired, you're gonna go off to the mats, you know. I think it's better just wait to flip the coins and let's see if I go on top and the bottom. So in my opinion, this 1 minute rule set to exchange takedown doesn't make much sense, okay? So makes really boring the stand-up part because no one actually shoot for a takedown in less than 1 minute. Can actually shoot, but if had like 2, 3 minutes or 4 minutes would be way more exchange on both sides. Make sense? So number 3, I think that's pretty much the number 1 and 2. It's pretty much what I have to say about the EBI rules. I like the overtime, but I think they need to change a little bit of this to make more excitement on the regular, make more fun for who is watching the regular time, okay? But in my opinion, the best rule set would be go like 3 rounds of 5 minutes per jiu-jitsu, per grappling. If they want to exchange takedowns, great. If someone wants to pull guard and the other wants to pass, great. Because in the end, what the people want to see, like the A game of one athlete against the A game of another athlete, right? So if the A game of one athlete is pull guard and go for heel hooks, you know, why we should avoid him to do that? If the other game it's exchange takedowns and passing, why we should like wait 1 minute to flip the coins, you know? We want to see a fun match would be like A game of someone else against A game of someone else. Makes sense? So I think the best rule set of grappling in general would be like 3 rounds of 5 minutes straight, non-stop, okay? But why 2 rounds? Because every 5 minutes the judges say who won the round, okay? So let's suppose Felipe against Jackson, and after 5 minutes the judge say Jackson won the round, so Felipe, you come more aggressive on the second round because he knows he needs to win the second round. But let's suppose Jackson won the second round as well. What Felipe you think on the third round? Oh, I need to get a submission because Jackson already won 2 rounds. I think that way will be way more fun for who is watching and way more aggressive, okay? So 3 rounds of 5 minutes, non-stop. Every 5 minutes the judge says who won the round. And I think that's pretty much similar to MMA, right? Most of the MMA match on UFC match, not the title defense, but all the other matches, it's like 15 minutes, 3 rounds of 5 minutes. So the main difference would be in grappling, they're gonna go non-stop, right? And the referee gonna say in the middle of the match, during the match, who won the previous round. So that's my opinion. Please let me know what you guys think about that. If you guys like the EBI rules, what you guys would like to change on, and what you guys think is the best rule set for grappling. Because grappling in general, it's growing a lot, so I think it's very important to adjust the rule set for the main events to bring even more excitement to the match, to bring even more media to the match, to the sport, okay? So please let me know, guys, on the comment below. And don't forget to like the video, follow the channel, and comment.